one other video I'd like to talk about, and that's the Daily Show and politics, because you brought up the Daily Show and how I said that there's good analysis done on the Daily Show, and you talked about how it's not really in the mold of independent investigation of truth or consultation, which I agree with completely. And I don't think if you ever see interviews with Jon Stewart, he talks about how his show is about being funny. It's not about analysis. It's not about anything else. But the truth is that he also has said that, I've seen in interviews with him say that basically their show survives because of the absurdity of what other people do in a serious way. And they just basically point out the absurd things that other people are doing. And their main target is the media. It's not politicians. If you look at who they're making fun of, for the most part, it's the way the media covers politicians. So the politicians do absurd things, but the media coverage of what the politicians do is even more absurd than what the politicians do. And I think that's what I find refreshing about the Daily Show is, for instance, a politician will say something. They'll say, I have always supported X, and because it's politically expedient. And then what John and the press will report, so and so said they've always supported X, and that's what they report. And what Jon Stewart will do is he'll go and he'll find clips of them saying the exact opposite. And there's examples where he's got a politician, who will make a public statement because it's politically expedient, and then he'll go and find literally 30 cases of the politician saying the exact opposite, up to very recent time periods. And that's the type of analysis that I'm talking about that the press doesn't do. And that's just straightforward, truth, fact-checking stuff. And so I find that they do it in a way that's hilarious, but they also do it in a way it's like, why isn't the general press doing that? Why does the general press just report, Barack Obama said X, or John McCain said X, instead of saying Barack Obama said X, but has said the opposite of X, 20 times in the past 6 months before this. They don't do that. They just talk about it in political terms, and I find that really frustrating. Let's see. The other thing about
no, I'll take you.
About Jon Stewart is that he's not trying to be even-handed, and he's not, like I said, he's not trying to do analysis. So I don't look at him and expect to have fair, even-handed analysis. I expect him to try to be funny, and usually he is. But I also, you get some facts from him, and often what I'll do is I'll watch his show and I'll learn something that I didn't get by reading articles on news sites, and then I go and do searches to find the facts behind it. And sometimes it's a joke and there's not a fact behind it, and other times there is facts behind it. Most of the time there are facts behind it, and that's what I find useful about the Daily Show. Also, the Colbert Report just kills me. Sarah actually likes it better than the Daily Show. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. And no more. Oh, I do want to say, though, that when you talk about the politics and discussing politics with people, I try really hard not to discuss politics with people as well. I just feel like even politicians that I like, I don't trust them, because I think our political system doesn't offer any real solutions. I think that the vast majority, virtually every single politician that reaches a high-level office has to compromise his or her principles in order to do that. And I have a lot of trouble with that. So I don't put too much faith in politicians in general. A little bit going on here. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.